The highway was completely empty. No cars. No streetlights. Just my headlights cutting through the dark. I had been driving for a while when I heard it. A soft sound. Right next to my window. Knock. I checked the mirrors. Nothing. No car beside me. No motorcycle. Just darkness. Then my eyes dropped to the dashboard. My speedometer read 70 miles per hour. And the knocking happened again. Knock. Knock. Right outside my window. My hands tightened around the steering wheel. For a moment I thought maybe it was the wind, or debris hitting the side of the car. But the sound had been too clear, like someone politely knocking on a door. Except this wasn't a door. It was the side window of a moving car on an empty highway. At 70 miles per hour, I leaned closer to the glass and glanced out again. The road beside me was just a blur of black asphalt. Trees flashed past in the darkness. Nothing else. No headlights. No vehicles. No person running beside me. I let out and relax. I muttered to myself, "It's nothing." Then it happened again. Knock. This time harder. Closer. Right beside my ear. My heart slammed against my chest. I jerked my head toward the window. Still nothing. The lane beside me was empty. And that's when the radio suddenly turned on. A burst of static filled the car. Loud. Sharp. The kind of noise that makes your teeth clench. I reached for the volume knob. Before I could touch it, the static stopped. And a voice came through, low, calm, almost whispering. "Don't stop the car." My stomach dropped because I hadn't touched the radio and I was completely alone. I shut the radio off immediately, just the hum of the engine, the tires rolling against the pavement. For a few seconds, nothing happened. Then, knock. Knock. Again. This time I reacted instantly. I turned toward the window, and for a fraction of a second, I saw something, a shadow, running beside the car, keeping pace with it. At 70 miles per hour, I blinked. My breathing became shallow. I pressed harder on the gas pedal. The speedometer climbed. 85 miles per hour. The car roared forward, but the knocking didn't stop. Knock. Then again, knock. Knock. The sound followed me, right beside the window, like someone refusing to be left behind. Then the radio turned on again, by itself. The same voice came through, quieter now, closer. "I told you not to stop." I grabbed the radio and shut it off again. But this time the voice didn't disappear, because it wasn't coming from the radio anymore. It came from the passenger seat. I froze. Slowly, very slowly, I turned my head. The seat was empty, but the passenger window had fogged up, and something was written in the fog, 3 words, "I can see you." My pulse pounded in my ears. I wiped the window with my sleeve. The message disappeared. But 2 handprints appeared in its place, pressed against the outside of the glass, as if someone had been holding onto the car at highway speed. Then another handprint appeared, sliding slowly across the window, like someone climbing forward along the side of the vehicle. My heart was racing now. I pushed the accelerator down harder. 90 miles per hour. The engine screamed, but the handprints kept moving. Closer, closer, toward the front of the window, toward me. And then I saw the face, pressed against the glass, distorted by the wind, eyes wide, mouth stretched into a crooked smile, and the worst same scar above the eyebrow. I jerked the wheel. The car swerved violently before I managed to straighten it again. My breathing was ragged. My hands were shaking. When I looked back, the face was gone. The window was clear. The highway beside me was empty. I kept driving. Faster than I should have. 10 minutes passed, then 20. Finally, I saw lights in the distance. A gas station. I pulled in and slammed the brakes. The sudden silence made my ears ring. I sat there gripping the wheel, trying to convince myself none of it had been real. Eventually, I stepped out of the car. The night air felt cold, too cold. I walked slowly around the drana, and that's when I saw it. 2 handprints, clear as day, pressed against the glass. From the outside, my stomach tightened, because the prints weren't sliding backward like they should have been. They were angled, like someone had been climbing toward the front of the car. I forced myself to look at the hood, and that's when I noticed something else. 2 faint footprints leading toward the windshield. My chest tightened. Slowly, I looked up. The windshield reflected the gas station lights, and for a second, I thought I saw something, a shape, sitting on top of the car, crouched, watching me. But when I blinked, it was gone. I got back into the car immediately, locked the doors, and drove the rest of the way home without stopping. I never drove that highway again. But sometimes, when I'm driving late at night and the road is empty, I hear it again, very faint, very soft, right next to the window. Knock. If this story made you glance at your own car window, or imagine someone keeping pace with you on a dark highway, then you understand why this channel exists. Because some nightmares don't wait for you to fall asleep, they follow you, quietly, on empty roads. So before you drive alone tonight, subscribe to Noxmare, because the next story might start. When you hear something knocking on your window, good night, or is it?